it's fixed. It's like it actually cut out on YouTube. Okay. Weird. Now we're going through. All right, I'm just posting the link to the Instagrams. I should have gone pee while I was like not live. Share, copy. Dun, dun, dun. Hello. Sorry about that. I don't know what. If you're just joining me again, I don't know what the fuck happened. I was like, oh, there's chat happening in the window that's not like getting pushed through to the stream service, which is not unusual. So I checked it and it was like, had moved on to like a lo-fi channel. And I'm like, well, this isn't my stream. The streaming software said I was still streaming. YouTube did not. I'm like, what? Why? Boo. Anyway, we're back. If you're coming in hot and new, I am currently working on small box bags. I'm clipping all apart the zippers because I thought I could chain piece them, and apparently I can't tonight. So today, whatever the hell you want to call it. So the whole searching for the end of the line of them was kind of moot, but whatever. It does keep them a little bit better organized even now. We were chatting about if I should take some like cupcakes or something in for the kiddo's birthday, and I haven't decided yet. And Wendy was saying that once they took donuts in for their kiddo, and I'm like, honestly, the youngest actually likes donuts better, so maybe we will do donuts. Well, I don't know if they like donuts better, but that's what they request typically if they have a choice. So they like, in their limited selection, they will select donut, typically. There we go. That's might be the best way to describe it. Okay, those are all clipped apart, which means now we go in and we do it. Hi, Wendy. I'm back too. I don't know what happened there. I was like, this is weird. And I had 4 viewers. I had lots of people watching, and now I'm sad. I'm glad you're back. But yeah, it was just like, it moved on to like a lo-fi channel, and I'm like, what is going on? This is not what's supposed to be happening. But the streaming software is like, you're still streaming, and I'm like, what? Whatever, we're back. Maybe it's got like a 3-hour cutoff now. Okay, let's get zippers in, and then we'll get some coffee, and then we'll get some ironing done. I might bring the ironing board and set it like in front of the machine. And then we've got a space to really set everything down on. And then while we're ironing all of the things that we need to iron, we'll split the Kato into black or brown leather handles so that we know the counts for those, because that's another prep step we have to do like now. Or at least before we smash together the interior and exterior. So this is the best point to actually do that at. And then, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Dun, 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 dun. See what happens. Bum, 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 bum. Oh. Yeah, right? Exactly. It was like, I saw a blip and I'm like, not a big deal. And then it was like chat happening in the background. And we know that sometimes this YouTube doesn't necessarily communicate with the stream software. And then it was like, no, you're not actually live anymore. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? We're good right now, right? Like we're still on the live right now. It looks like it. I see your chats in here, Wendy. Yes, because it's showing me scrolling on my laptop. Okay. I don't understand. Super annoying. Hey, get out of here. I don't need Canva open anymore. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Sheepy, 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 sheep, sheep, sheeps. Yeah, wild. Okay, whatever. We're back. That's what matters. I got some cute hedgies coming. Hedgies, 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 hedgies. Concentrating on not running over my fingers. My fingers. I think that's a good plan. Ooh, what are you doing? Ooh, your door opened. Oh shit. Sorry, there's like there's drama happening outside my window. There's like a truck and trailer. Looks like the door on the side popped open, but I was concerned because it was like rocking and rolling over there. I was like, oof. Everything's good. Nothing terrible happened as far as I can tell. No, don't. Oh, whatever. No, we don't want to run over that zipper. Thank you. 100% just ran over that zipper. Damn it. Ugh. Okay, let's see. Can we trim it out of the seam line? Seam line. Can I trim it out of the seam line, or should we just seam rip it? Nope, we should just seam rip it. And then redo it. Okay, seam rip it, seam rip it, seam rip it, seam rip it. This isn't good stitching cause it has gone over an extra zip. Seam rip, rip it, rip it, rip it. Doom 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 doom. Doom 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 doom. Done. Dun dun dun. Yay, much better. Woo! Okay, there's a little bit to take out on the one side. I know, I really like the small box bags too. And they're still like one of the most popular items. So, hi. Be dumb not to do them. Small wedge bags, that's the other thing we gotta, I need to write a list of like the new things or like modified items I want to bring in over the summer here. Yeah, that's what we need to do. Brain dump, drain, brain drain, brain dump. Drain the brain of the thoughts so we can do the things. That's what I need to do. It's like what some people call it, I think, a parking pad. So you have like a note thing you stick beside you and like write down stuff so you don't get distracted by it. I need to do that. I don't have a parking pad. Usually I just do it on my phone, so we'll do that. But it's like zip and grip, embroidery thingamabobber. We should also, yeah, see, I need to brain dump these. I can't do it right now though because I need my hands for sewing. Actually, I wonder if I could dictate it to the notes app right now since I'm mic'd up. Let's, 1 second. I know I could dictate, actually I could just dictate it to the phone. Okay. Thing, not to the computer. Small wedge bag, modified. Zip and grip. Embroidery supplies storage. Sheena hobo bags. Old cuts. Finn sling bag. Kando crafts crescent bag. Waxed canvas tote bag from Noodlehead. Cross stitch bags with vinyl front. Okay, I'm done. I think that's the majority of it. Brain dumped. I think more will add to it. It did take Can Do Crafts Crescent, and they're like candles, or candle crafts crescent. And zipping grip became zipping grip. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll understand it at least. I think that's a good range of shit. 10 after 1, only 10 after 1, 1, 1. So yeah, once I get this side of the zippers done, this is the easier side because there's not quite as much finessing with it because it's already been like installed on the one side. But once these are in, I can go make coffee. And then we'll warm up the iron. We're not using the steam press. Steam press doesn't work for this stuff. Why we still have an iron, even though the steam press is extremely useful for interfacing. It doesn't help like push stuff around. So whatever. Probably about 20% in already. Oh, I love this fabric. This has been one of my like all-time favorites. It's not even cats. It's just the colorway in the back, and then that like navy on it is just so good. I used to sew these with dusty rose zippers, but honestly, I think the navy looks even better because it pulls out the navy. We could have probably also put gold with them at that point, but whatever. They look good. That's all I care about. Nope, get off the pedal. And like, I like how I'm like, there's not as much finessing as I have to like finesse every single one of these. Fuck. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. It's not quite. No, I'm out of bobbin again? Jesus. Why? Why are these so small? Okay, at least that's backstitched back there. So this one got, okay, so the sushi Neko got finished, but we ran out in between bags. I know, right? It's cotton linen blend too, so it's got a really gorgeous hand to it. Some of the last of the fabrics, which is insane. It's insane that I've still got some of these old fabrics. Yay, laziness. It's not really, or yay, time constraints. I wouldn't necessarily call it lazy. Well, yeah, no, it's not quite laziness. Procrastination, a little bit of procrastination. A little bit just letting stuff get away with me, or away from me. I think maybe might be the better description. I don't even know what that is. Oh well. Don't think I want to know. Okay, so then the next thing is I think we should actually smash together the... that hurt. Just whacked my fingers on the like safety bar here. Anyway, I think the next thing that we should do after zippers, in between, like before top stitching, is we should maybe go in and actually smash the kato. Smash together the kato and then do the top stitching, because then I don't have to swap the thread back and forth. Yeah, I think, well, it is definitely time. We're going to go in, like, so after this, yes, we still have quite, well, we don't have that many kato. I think we reassess what we have left. And then, yeah, I think that's part of it, is we need to go in and I want to get one of every fabric out at least by Knit City. That does not mean that they will all necessarily be at Knit City, but I want to have gone through every single fabric and have had at least one bag, I think. And like I said, I think the zip and grip is actually a good candidate for that sort of thing. Yeah. I definitely want to go through and get the remainder of the tote bags done this summer. Basically, that'll be like, that batch of tote bags is what will be the batch of tote bags for the year. But I have a feeling that we'll still go in. We're going to have to go in and do large box bags again, which means that we'll be able to cascade that through the kato as well. And like focus in on only the new fabrics then, or only the untouched, like hasn't been cut yet fabrics. So I think that's the goal for this summer. So, and then like stuff like modified wedge bag, where we're going to, so basically I'm going to bring back the wedge bag. Essentially the same as last time. I was hemming and hawing about a pocket in it, but you know what? No, the kato have pockets. That's good enough. But I am going to swap it to a canvas bottom, same as we're doing with everything else, which actually makes it a little bit easier, because honestly then we're able to use the directional fabrics a lot easier. Blah, blah, blah. So. Yeah, I think that's where we're at. Definitely time to go through the remainder of the fabric, and yeah, at least one item from each. Flat pack trays, flat pack trays, flat pack trays, flat pack snap up trays, which are basically just a like square, 2 squares of fabric with some foam in the middle or stiffener or whatever. I think probably stiffener in our case. And then they'll get snaps on the corners and they like snap up. I've been thinking about them for a while and I'm like, yes, that is a good product. Because for like just if you crafting supplies, actually for paper piecing, they would be really good, I think. Because you could put like a bunch of your paper piecing in there. What else? know people use them for dice trays, and I wanted to make them flat so that you could like pack them up easy and transport them. And so honestly, it's hopefully cheaper to ship them. Or, well, maybe not cheaper, but like easier. Actually, I don't know if that would make it easier because in some ways, okay, they don't have to go in a box. That's what I'm talking about because they're not 3D, they're flat. I will figure out shipping later because here's the blunt truth of it. Majority of my sales are in person, so I shouldn't even worry too much about the shipping of things, but it is a consideration. But I guess at the same time, not everything has to go on the online shop either. Oh yeah, and that's the other thing in this, actually in the gap after Otafest, that's when I will do the shop update. So I think what we'll do is photograph and have the shop update like end of May. Gives me 2 weeks. Yeah, I think that's doable. Just like a small child's birthday party and a half marathon in there, you know, nothing major. Yeah, sure, right? Actually, that's the quieter thing I could be doing, or the like hangout thing I could do. Ooh, yeah, they would fit in a tote bag, but we could make them so that they fit in a bag. Or just like, and then just be like, all right, this is the size that fits in these bags. Ooh, good. Yes, thank you. Good call. Good call. I like it. And then I should figure out how to make a dice tray or dice bag to go with the dice tray, to be honest. I don't know. After one. It's almost coffee break time. Coffee break. Okay, so like noon, super slow. 1 p.m., what the hell? Why is it already 20 after 1? I kept looking up at like 12 and I'm like, oh, it's only like, what? It was like noon, 12:10, 12:20, and now it's suddenly 1:20. How does that fucking work? Anyway, yes, we could, sorry, I was just realizing that we could make a size that even fits in the small box bag. Yeah. Okay, that will work. I like it. I approve. I'm going to need to make another order of scissors before Knit City. Probably should have made an order before Otafest. Maybe I can figure that out between Dawson and Otafest because I feel like they're going to be popular at Otafest. They're popular everywhere I go. So here's the thing. I actually based my order on last year's numbers and now it's like, okay, we need more. Oh no. Oh no, the cat problems of needing more. They are fucking adorable though, so you know, I don't blame anyone. The sunshine's coming around. Yay! Wondering if we're gonna get to the sun or not today because it's been like gloomy-ish. Not super gloomy, but like partly gloomy. i.e. partly cloudy. Okay, I am doing a count because this is driving me nuts. So 1, I don't know how far I am in. We might be halfway. 2, 3, 4. Look at this yellow zipper with these turtles. Spectacular. So 4. We're getting polar bear and penguin again. 5, 6, 7, 8. And actually with the flat pack 9 trays, I'd probably do double Japanese fabrics. 10, kind of like the drawstring bags. 11, 12, 13. Oh, geez. Yeah, okay. We're well over halfway. 13. But yeah, I was thinking double Japanese fabrics because you don't really see the bottom of the tray. You would see it when it's folded up slightly. So I don't want to use just a generic fabric. And then the interior of it would 100%. Oh, maybe we should do the waxed canvas for those. Or canvas, maybe. Maybe we should we do something blank or should we do double Japanese? Weigh in. I will also poll to find out what people think. Or, because here's the thing, I could probably do both because the canvas would make it less expensive and very sturdy. Wax canvas doesn't make sense though because it's like what? Well, I guess, nah. Although you could do like wax canvas and be like, it's waterproof or water resistant so that if you spill your drink around your paper piecing, you don't have to worry about it as much. Kind of like how the bags protect the your knitting projects. That would be funny. Maybe I'll do an iteration of all three. Who knows? You're like, Katie, what about the timing? I know. Shush. Shush. Shh. I can dream. I can fly. Should recruit Dallas on his vacation. I'm sure he would love that. Right? Right. I think so. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. If you were watching the previous stream, by the way, I am very sorry. I don't know what the hell happened there. It just dropped. I just realized that we're back up to our preview viewership. So, if you're like, what are you working on now? It's small box bags. We're doing the zippers on them and discussing the fact that I have like 6,000 different new products I want to get into the lineup and time for 2. Maybe if I was lucky. If I'm lucky. So I think the big thing we should still focus in on is the Obi Shina. The Shina Obi bags. Obi Shina? I don't know what. Yeah, those ones before Odafest. And then yeah, I'll take a look. I parked all these ideas. They're in the phone. On the list. And I think we go in and we decide on a couple to bring out for Odafest and then work on the remainder of the ideas for like later in the summer. I think the big one for Odafest that we should bring out is the zip and grip. I think that is the bag for that show and the trays. Yeah, I think those are the 2 things that we really focus in on for that show outside of like some of the Obi. Like the Obi Shina, and maybe a couple more, like, we'll see how these Kato do, the Obi Kato and stuff like that. A few more Obi products, not projects, yeah, whatever. Holy crap, I need that coffee. Maybe a small break from talking for a few minutes. Let my brain catch up to my mouth. Let my mouth catch up to my brain. Maybe if I sing it, it will stick with me. Let everything catch up to me. Ooh, like on the trays. Ooh, I like the way you think. That would look fucking amazing. And that would be a good way to use some of those ones where it's like, ooh, this is directional. Ooh, and then we could cut some of the crescent. Okay, I do want to take a look at the crescent pattern as well because I think the way it's laid, if it's not too wide, we'll be able to use it for the Obi. Because the Shina is still really hard to fit on the Obi. It's really big. Like almost too big to be a practical bag. I know that it's a hobo bag. It's kind of the point. But I think the crescent bag looks closer to what we actually would actually be a good everyday purse. But yeah, Obi on the outside or on the inside and wax canvas on the exterior or even just canvas in general. Fuck yeah. Right. Tasty, delicious. Hi. What's up? Hello, cat. I know. You are a fluffy, fluffy boy. Really? Did you just wake up? Did you get in a scuffle with Dahlia? Yeah, you did probably, hey? He's got like a little scratch on his nose. Oh shit, I should ask my sister-in-law to make sure that she can come like check on the cats this weekend. Oops. Should have done that before. Oh, well, I'll message her. I'll message her on coffee break and be like, hey, so we're out of town. Can you look after the cats? Literally just need food and water. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 7. 1 dropped on the floor. Okay, so 1 more than I had before. But whatever. 7, 7, 7. Coffee. Almost coffee. 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 Coffee time. Coffee time. It's nearly coffee time. Yum, yum, yum. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know why everything's a song today. Sorry. Well, not really, but whatever. Reflex, sorry. I'm not actually sorry. All in all, I think that this has been a fairly decently calm show prep session. Yay. Am I slightly panicked? 100%. As I should be, I think. I still have to also... Hi. Oh, hi, sweet pea. How are you? Yes, I love you too. I hope you didn't turn off the stream. No, it says I'm still alive. Good. Hi. How are you? Oh, sweetie. I know. How's your mat situation here, sir? Hi. Hey, buddy. Yeah? You gonna come quality control inspect for us? Hey? Doom, 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 doom. Yeah, it's probably when. I don't feel like there's been any doom days yet, though. Like I said, everything's just ticking along. Something will probably explode tomorrow. You know, it's all good. You're pretty. It's a good thing you're pretty. I will establish dominance by squishing your head with my head. Right? Exactly. Like, surprisingly so. I think the worst mishap in general was losing the zipper box, and even that wasn't that bad because I found it. Would have been bad if I hadn't found it. The only thing that could have made it better was getting the fucking black zipper pulls. But at the same time, it's like we've got so many other colors that I don't think we are very much impact. Well, okay. I've made a point of selecting all the other colors because, hi, we don't have zippers. But besides the point, we don't have the time to sew them anyway, so who cares in some ways. Would have been nice to have the option, I guess is what I'm getting at. It's the fucking cat. There we go. Told you, he's being a pest. There we go. Anyway, I was chatting. He's looking pretty bedraggled. So it all mats under his belly right now. And so basically his whole like half of his belly is like naked or like trimmed down to the skin. There's still fur, but it's trimmed down basically as close to the skin as you can get. And yeah, he looks a little bit careworn right now. But I guess that's all of us maybe right now. End of winter. End of winter. Don't you blow. I jinxed myself. Don't you blow up on me, control box. Turn off. Thank you. Okay, good. Oh, what I'm doing. There we go. That's what I'm gonna do. Hi, what's up? Oh yeah, we should also get those little box bags that are like semi-purses done. And then we should add straps to them to make them purses because they're fucking adorable. Yep, those are in the bottom of the, or like halfway through the whip bin right now. So we'll do those as well. You're like, which whip bin? The square whip bin. I know exactly where they are because I put them there specifically. Because I was like, I want these. And then haven't worked on them for 2.5 years. 2 years. I think those were 2023 projects. I can't remember. Doesn't really matter. And then I also need to figure out if I'm going to continue knot bags or not. I'm like, I think bringing the wedge bag back is a better decision. And the knot bags have definitely slowed down in sales, so I think I won't like, we're not going to retire them this time, but we're definitely not going to be a focus on it. We also need triangle pouches. And actually, oh, that's a good little dice bag. The triangle pouch. Yeah. I wonder how you could do like I almost should set up, ooh, last one. A set of like, so if we do this tray, a dice bag, and like a larger bag to carry everything in almost. That would be cute. That'd be a cute marketing thing. Wonder how I could do that. Okay, last bag. Then it's coffee time. And you can have a break. And then I'll come back and I'll bring the chaos back. Chaos rules supreme. Obviously, it's the fish bag that's last, so chaos totally rules when the fish are on deck. Okay. Sweet, there we are. So yeah, coffee time. So I'll be back in like 10 to 15 minutes once it's... Get off the laptop, you dork. This cat. Okay, I'll be back. Talk to you soon. All right. Where is the live? There it is. Flynn's like on the desk like, hello. I was just singing to him because he's a pretty, pretty boy. And he's all like, I agree. I'm a pretty, pretty boy. Indeed, mum, mother, lady. Well, I think I'm mum now. It used to be, hey, lady, hey, lady, hey, lady. We're rotating this. And we're cranking it up here because honestly, the ironing table is right over here. And I do not feel like moving the whole freaking camera stand today. And if you're like, Katie, your room is just as much of a disaster as it was before you moved. Fuck yeah, I know. Actually, we can move this here. That's all drawstrings for the Kato. And I will turn up my exposure here in a moment. Ooh. Turn that off because it is chilly. Okay. Now, the eternal question of where are my water bottles and where is an extension cord for this? Because I think it needs actually, if we work on this end, I shouldn't need an extension cord. Never mind. Why am I cold all of a sudden? It's like 8 degrees outside. Why is this basement? Why are basements always so cold? I guess the ground outside is still technically frozen, so that might be a portion of it. So. Burr, 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 burr. All right, so we need to do ironing on the small box bags, small box bag handles, and the Kato. Well, the Kato themselves don't really need ironing. The labels need to be ironed interfaced and ironed onto the Kato. That's what's up. And we'll figure out if I need to prep more for this or not. Brr. Okay. Water bottles. Cat, if you sniff that and burn your nose, oh my God, you will not hear the end of it. It's not the kids, it's the cats, and vice versa. Vice versa. He's like, I'm out of here, lady. That was totally a hey lady thing. Okay. We need. Why is it so cold? Okay. Hello, Wendy. Can you send us some heat, please? Holy crap. I'm ready for summer. I should actually plunge my coffee so I can actually have a coffee, and that would probably help, but my fingers are cold. I wonder where my fingerless mitts are. That would help. Or I could go grab a toque. I am gonna go grab a toque. Sorry, one moment. I'll take you with me because then I don't have to take this damn mic off again. Up the stairs. As long as I don't run out of breath, we're good. Meow. Hi, Delia. Why are you yelling at us now? You guys have food and water. Why are you yelling at us? What? Madness. You want to come with me? Come downstairs. Come be adored. Flynn's already left, so now we need you as a quality control inspector. She's like, hell no, woman. I do not want to be carried. Thank you very much. All right, here's the itty bitty. Okay. Tooked up. A tookity took. Come here. Hi, come say hi. Hi. You're just an itty bitty. You blend right into that Kato lining right there. Glorious coffee. Meow. Okay, I know I said that we were going to do labels, but honestly, I think we'll start with small box bags. Yeah, let's start with small box bags. So the way that the video showed it, they do a bound small box bag, which means that there's binding. We'll adapt it. So basically what they do is we'll go in and we'll top stitch this, and then we'll get everything folded up and like evened up, put the zip pull on and all that, and then they actually box the edges here, and then they turn it before they do any of the like twill or anything like that. So I'm like, it's worth a try. Feels like it would actually speed up the process. I don't know if it would, but it feels like it will. So, and then we'll just we sew the ends just like we would if we were doing it. Basically all that's happening is the boxing is happening before we turn the bags back around instead of after we do the end cap seams, which was already something I wanted to change anyway. And then the time savings there should be that, well, twofold. One is that we'll end up, we won't have to cut the boxing 8 times. We only have to cut it 4 times because both layers are held together, right? Because like box, whatever. And then it should save time in that we are only sewing the portion of the bag that needs to be sewn instead of across the whole end cap, even though we're going to end up like trimming a lot of that end cap off. Probably about half of it, to be honest. So, all right. Trim down excess interior fabrics. Okay, I don't know if that toque helped much at all. Should have also apparently grabbed my sweatpants. It's colder in here right now though than it was like earlier, so I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Never mind. Okay. Oh, right. We also got to do the handles here. Okay, so that's the interiors for the Obi bags. That is a hiatus one because it needs interfacing on the top. Just back there, that's fine. Obi. But that does mean that I need to tidy up the top portion right here. I guess I was chatting about that earlier because I was like, I've got 2 boxes here. That will not hold all the scraps. Actually, maybe what I should do is I've got the bin that was the large box bags were in is nearly empty. So maybe I should, oh, this is all backwards right now. Anyway, maybe I should just pop them in there because that would be the majority of them. This is part of the, don't switch tasks. One thing at a time. Okay, so I think I've got like 45 Kato. Let's see, 45, even 46. So we'll need labels for 46 Kato. I might actually have enough already. I don't know. Okay, she's not looking for that sort of scrap. So it's just going to kind of go hang out down there somewhere. And then that's the other thing is I will tidy up the scraps that I've just kind of been, the majority of the scraps made it into the bin, but the bins have been full. So some of them have ended up on the floor, but nowhere near as bad as it was previously. And actually, if I know that I'm using the that bin, there is already offcuts from the large box bags there, and I can just like throw the ones from these cuts in then too. Yeah, let's do it. That'll work. And then that's easy to pack as well. It's a lot easier actually than like 2 separate bags, so. Looks like it's time to move my head again. Because technically you can see my face. Actually, you know what? You know what we can do? The mad thing about it is turn it off. There. Hello. Now you have a nice clear view of the ironing board instead of like me in the way. All right. Will we do this? I don't know. If I can finish nearly 50 of tote bags on Friday, I think that's what we'll do. If all this other stuff is done. If all this other stuff is done, we'll do a mad dash on the tote bags. Strap in. We'll see what we can get done. I think we can do it. especially with the promise of bliss as like a long run on the Monday. Dallas didn't do that last year, and so he had like a 3-hour run on a treadmill in Dawson Creek. Forgot his gels, all the stuff that he would need for like run support for himself. It was a disaster. It's like, dude. So this year we just both blacked out the date, because I had already blacked out the date I wasn't using that program at that point. I was doing Jeff Galloway, and I was just following the like printed off, not fancy like Run Disney programs, because I was like, well, I did that for Dopey and like it was successful, so why not just do it again for this half? And it worked. But like that wasn't quite like, I could move stuff around a lot easier. It wasn't as rigid, obviously, so didn't have a little tiny AI overlord yelling at me. I told it that I didn't do the run for the 10-miler, and it's like, you did amazing. And I'm like, okay. I didn't run at all on Monday. Monday? No, I did. Terrible. I'm like, sure. It's like the joke with the Strava watches, or not the Strava, but Garmin watches of like, I feel amazing. That run was unproductive. Anyway, I think Friday is a marathon pace run now. So today is a base, 4.5 miles. I'm running a base run a minute faster per mile than the beginning of the year, means that I am fully confident in being able to do that 2:45. If I fail it, I won't be upset, whatever. Yeah, I know. That's what I said. This little tiny AI overlord is just like, rah, 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 rah. It's like, Jesus, calm down. But this program is also written by the person who apparently, I don't know this, I haven't found the quote, I have not looked up the quote, but it's basically said that unless you run in the morning, you're useless as a runner. Why even run unless you can run in the morning, was kind of the gist of what I heard about it. And I'm like, oh, lovely. Oh. It's just, yeah, these judgy gatekeepers, God. All right. There we go. Although I have heard that, or at least what Dallas has picked up recently, is it's like, okay, it's like not necessarily the temperature that you need to worry about when you're training, but actually the time of day. Nice thing is Calgary Marathon doesn't start until about 9. The problem is like, it's not necessarily the race start time. It's like the fact that it's like an hour to get down there and all the other shit, and like you're supposed to fuel at a certain time and like all that crap. I think if I do Osaka Marathon, if I get into Osaka, so I am going to apply for Osaka Marathon. That is currently my decision, because I was going to say no, and now I'm like, no, I think because as much as I was like, dropping Calgary made sense for me, that it isn't a 3-day recovery or 3-day thing. So it'll be like, okay, strength training, like a lot of strength training, more than even like than anything else, and all the other stuff that I've discussed before. Again, I'm just going to go ad nauseum on this until like it either happens or it doesn't. I don't think I'll have an issue getting into Osaka. Hell, I don't even think Dallas will have an issue getting into Tokyo. Because I don't, like, it's like, there's everyone who's always like, oh my God, I got into London and all of that, which is like awesome. And was it London, Berlin, like those all kind of get marked on the internet when this stuff comes out. But yeah, I don't think either of us are going to have an issue with the Japanese marathons. No dedication. I used to be that way too. God, so much consistency. But anyway, where I was rambling off there to was I'll train hopefully and do I'll do Osaka. What the heck? There's like coffee or something on the ironing board on that end. Okay. We'll work on this end. Anyway, weird. Gross. I hope it's not something else. I don't know what else it would be, but you know, hopefully it's just coffee. Hopefully it's not the cats being gross. All right. Apparently I need to move my ironing board down further. Yeah, just whatever. Anyway, next year there will be, I'm not going to do any more like, I'm just going to go along and do some easy shit next year. I'm going to train for a nice chill. Well, no, I'll go train for hopefully some more 5K PRs and some more 10Ks. But like, if I get Osaka, I don't foresee myself running any other half marathons or anything next year. Don't quote me on it. I 100% guarantee that that will change. Or like 95% guarantee that will change. Actually, if the weather is better for Calgary half, then I'll probably do Calgary half. See? Didn't even take like a year. Took 30 seconds. One bag and Katie changed. Which is actually what we're doing this summer. Because Dallas is like, should I train for this? Like, because he's going for a freaking ultra on the trails in Canmore in October. And he's like, well, I should train for a 50K. And I'm like, no. This summer, the kids are not in like camp. So I don't want you dedicating decades of their lives, at least what will feel like decades to them, to this. So what I told him is it's like train for the half, because he's running a half at the end of September when I'm at Knit City. So I was like, train for the half, but when you do your long runs as trail runs. And then you'll get, like, it'll kind of hit both notes. Or even like, yeah. Anyway, but it's a 50K, but it is in legs, so it's not like he's going out and doing 25K out and 25K back. All right, seriously. Yeah, so how it would go down is if I get into Osaka, Toji is the day before. So I think, honestly, we would go into Osaka to do the package pickup on the Friday. And then we do Toji on Saturday. And then it's just a chill day after that. Like, nothing else. Toji will be enough. Run the marathon. And then hopefully I'm not too destroyed the next day. And we'll just go do something gentle. Maybe we go do, like, something where we're on a train for a little while. Would probably be the best idea. So... what is wrong? Why are you got zoomies now, man? Did you just poop? You totally did, didn't you? You jerk. You jerk. Ow. Yeah, so I think actually it's going to go down that... because I'm not running Kyoto. So we'll fly in. We're going to leave Calgary on the Wednesday. We'll arrive on like the Thursday because, of course, the +1 day. And it'll be in the evening. We're going to stay at the hotel around the hotel. I actually got recommended the Toyoko Inn, apparently. So I'm like, okay, might try that. Because I was looking at the Nikko. So it's between the Nikko and the Toyoko. They're going to be basically the same. It's just price difference, right? So, and then we're going to go back to the airport from there because, of course, they have an airport shuttle. We'll get on the train to Tokyo or Shinagawa, and then we'll transfer and we go straight down to Kyoto. And that's basically it for that day. That'll be, and like some like exploration around Kyoto Station and stuff like that. And then I'm going to go do Nomura, like, the next day, probably. Either that day or the next day. I don't know yet. Because then it's, like, still pretty chill with the kids and all of that. We wanted to do the night at Narita so that when we get on the train, it's light outside. So you can still see Fuji, hopefully, and stuff like that. So that's the plan there. Yeah, and then, like, that weekend will be Kyoto Marathon, so we might go spectate that a little bit, which would be fun. Yeah, and then the first day, so actually we'll go up to Tokyo, and then if Dallas is in the Tokyo Marathon, I'll go do fabric the day before Tokyo Marathon, because then he can just chill in the room with the kids, and like, because he's going to be going a lot faster than I am. I'll still probably end up dawdling along at like 5 to 5.5 hours or so, which is perfect. I don't want to be much faster than that. Maybe 6. Osaka has a 7-hour cutoff, so I think 7. Yeah, right, because Kyoto is 6 or 6.5. And of course, I will record the whole experience for Nomura and everything like that again. Do Nomura the Taylor House as well again, because that one, not that much different, a little bit smaller as well actually, but they have a lot, like they have a different selection, because obviously different fabrics sell at different stores at different paces. So I'll do that. I'll go to Yuzuwaya. Here, Katashi, right by our hotel, has, at least it used to have ABC Craft, which was always kind of like, not like an insane amount of fabric, but a few meters here and there. So, and it's just fun to do a smaller store. I'm really excited for New Delhi in here, Katashi. It survived the pandemic, which I'm like super surprised about, because there wouldn't have been like international students there. For like 3 years, 4 years. And yes, I need to do my squats and stuff like that so that I can carry my backpack easier for fabric shopping. There's also that. And actually, I think what I'll do is I'll figure out where the closest like Takubin is, because I'm pretty sure I can ship luggage from the Konbini, so I shouldn't have to haul it too far from Nomura Taylor to be able to ship it, instead of like having to get a taxi to the Kyoto station or something like that. So like there's some different logistics staying in Osaka like we will be. And I also don't know how it's going to work with Dallas and the kids, or if they do come for a few minutes and the kids can see where I buy fabric from, and then I take them down to like the playground and Dallas watches them there, which might be the better option actually. Because there is a playground just down by the river down there. Not like an insane one, but it was cute. And then we could do like a river walk or something that day and try and like get reset with the jet lag. Like I said, I think that is actually my biggest concern with this trip with the kids, is it's like jet lag. So we'll do our best. That's all we can do. But yeah, they've done pretty good when we've gone to Florida, at least. Get as much done as you can trips. Okay, now I'm warmed up. Yay, my fingers are warmer. They're not like toasty, but they're warmer. And then I'll come home and we will wash the fabric and iron the fabric and dive right into prepping for everything else. The good thing is like, so we have already discussed that if, like, we are buying travel insurance, because if we're sick, obviously we have to cancel the trip. Like, yeah, we can't take hand, foot, and mouth with us, sort of shit. Ugh. So yeah, I guess, okay, the two biggest worries, we'll be sick, so we just won't even be able to go, and jet lag. Two very different concerns. But the good thing is that looking at it, I should have enough. Unless this like year really pops off, and it could. We're not that far in. But all signs point towards I should have enough for the next 2 kind of seasons, which is good because if we have to delay the trip, then we can. I'm not like, oh my god, I need fabric now, right? Although I guess at that point, then what I do is I just book a trip. I booked the short trip in April or something. No, God, no, not April. I said that and I was like, that doesn't work. But like book like the week trip in like the late spring, and then the long trip we go in like October. May is a very nice month to go to Japan. And actually when I would like to start kind of shifting our trips too, so. Oh, come on. It's all bunched up there because it kind of got stuck on the ironing board. 20 after 2. 20 after 2. Okay. So what I'm doing right now is basically I'm pressing the exterior and interior fabrics away from the zipper so that when we top stitch, we've got this nice crisp line. But then the next step that I'm doing when I fold it back up and zip it back up is I'm putting in its center mark so that we can align the zipper correctly, or at least better than I used to. Lots of people will clip the other edge so that you can like align it and stuff like that. But since I'm already putting it underneath the iron, there is no point in not just ironing that line in, to be honest. I love how I'm like headless right now. Whatever. It's better to turn that webcam off for sure. Yay, the sun's coming around. That's gonna help too, actually. Hey, get off of me. Surge your throat. Oh god. Okay. Apparently it might be time to go to karaoke or something. I don't know. Gotta go sing it out a little bit. Not like full bar karaoke, like private Japanese room karaoke. Even know how far I am in. So I'm just gonna make sure that we are still seeing all the chat. Chitty chat. Chat, chat, chat. Sweet. Oh shit, I'm supposed to be dividing this up into like light and dark stitching. God damn it. Okay. Let's do that quick because otherwise I will have to dig through the whole pile. So let's just dig through the partial pile for now. Okay, dark, dark, light, 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 dark. We're going to go light for that one this time. Light, 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 dark, dark, dark. Totally put those in the wrong pile. Dark, light. Okay, there we go. Done. Yeah, and then actually I do need to consider a new iron for next year as well. Maybe I'll ask for a new iron for Christmas. Still of the opinion that like household appliances, unless they are specifically asked for, are not good gifts. However, if they are asked for, like in the context of birthdays and Christmas and stuff like that, but if they're asked for, they're an amazing gift. Because again, we're not to the point that this iron has cratered. However, it has definitely seen better days. And it definitely is a lot angrier when I'm actually ironing like distance fabric. Meterages, so like when I come back from these trips and stuff like that. Because I'm not just going to put a balled up piece of wrinkly fabric on the shelf. It has to be folded, which means that it has to be ironed. Because then it also creates less issues now with like creasing and everything like that. So I'm trying to hand press it out when I'm just gonna take the iron to it. Iron to it. Iron to it. Flip the bags, flip the bags, flip all the bags. Probably delusional to think that we can get these all done in the next like 2 and a bit days. But I do actually think we can get these all done in the next 2 and a bit days. Maybe. It'll be like, I'll go to bed at like 2 a.m. on Saturday night and we'll be up at like 5 to get in the truck to drive to Dawson because we wanted to leave a little bit earlier, I think. Oh, well. Dallas can drive. I am leaving all the drawstring work to the truck as well because why would I do that right now? Hi, Flynn. Is that like your favorite spot right now? He's got like this little like body dent in the middle of the cutting table right now. He must be. He looks very content now. How you feeling? Oh, the blinks. Hi, buddy. He's like so good with the kids. Dahlia runs away. Did I tell this? Whatever. I don't know if I told the story the other day or not. But like when we're outside the house and I've unloaded the kids, in part to like part of the routine and partly to like get them to get to the door without me having to worry about it is like go ring the doorbell to let the kitty cats know we're home if we're going through the front door sort of thing. And and it partly a joke, partly because Dahlia is not as tolerant, so it's like, okay, whatever. And so they'll go up and they'll ring the doorbell and then typically yell at it because we've got one of those camera doorbells, and if Dallas is able, he'll chat with the kids. But I witnessed the consequence of this the other day because the doorbell rang. It wasn't the kids, it was like a delivery or something like that. And Dahlia just came tearing out of wherever she was. I think she was in the back eating food and like just whipped herself upstairs. I'm like, oh, okay. So we are actually telling the cats that we're home when we do that. And by the looks of it, it's a good thing too. Oh, I shouldn't laugh, but it was hilarious. This poor cat. She's done really well too, but she is definitely not tolerant of the children. Flynn is far more tolerant. I think Remy would have actively loved the kids. Well, he was already loving on our eldest before he passed. Poor Remy. Hi, Remy. He's back there. Actually, I need to tidy up that shelf so I can actually see his little box and paw prints. Okay, how many more do we have? It looks like we're like 20 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 15. 1, 2, 3, 4. 19. Okay, I was actually pretty close with the guess of like, we're about 30 in. Actually, we are exactly 30 in because I think we ended up selecting what? Oh no, 46? Something like that. Doesn't matter? Not really. Oh, criminy. Okay, so we will do the top stitching based on light dark. And then we'll go in and we'll decide what we're doing for twill colors. Because there's the natural and then there's the black. And I should double check to make sure that I've got both right now. Or if we're just black. No, we got both. They're in that bottom drawer. That drawer is also cold. I bet you that's 100% insulating against the outside right now. Actually, that's a good point. I should move the fabric onto the back wall here. So instead of on this right-hand wall where it is currently, so door, fabric. I should actually pop it on the back wall. Fuck yeah, because it would actually insulate a little bit more because that's in the exterior wall. It's not going to do anything about the windows, but like it would actually warm the room up probably because there would be a barrier between the, oh my God, why is this like cranky? Anyway, but it would be a barrier between the exterior wall and the interior, and it's fabric, so it does actually have insulative quality. And the bins would create a little bit of an air pocket that if it's warm, it's warm, and if it's cool, it's cool. So in the summertime, trap the cooler air. In the wintertime, trap the warmer air, in theory. Perfect? No. Theory? Yes. Okay, I think that actually might have pressed the fabrics out of the way enough that I don't need to worry about the like seam press, but we'll double check. This side does need it, but the other side's fine. Yeah, because I know that I've got it set up right now where that's like the shipping station and all of that, but whatever, it doesn't matter which wall it's on. It could go on either wall. Although that does mess up this table that's in the middle that's supposed to be like the selection table. But I think it's small enough that I could still turn it. And that would actually give that chair, it would actually balance the room a little bit better because it would leave more room for this chair. Yeah, okay. So that is something that I will work on. Well, I probably won't move the fabric until we start pulling again. But I'll work on getting the table cleared off, which is one of the steps I need to do to kind of wrap up on the whole studio tidy. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like it. Okay, now I'm paranoid that we're still live. We are still live. Good. Good. Good, good, good. Now, are we top stitching any of these small box bags today? One, because I want to experiment with that turning technique. But that's it. Well, Although I guess it's not that bad to like top stitch them. We could do the white top stitching, and then we could save the black top stitching for when we're doing the kato, actually. That may not be the worst idea. Also depends on where we get to today. We're what, 2:30? So I need to head out in like 2 and a bit hours. Like I said, I'll make Ichiban tonight, so it's not like super strenuous. And they can eat their noodles on the way home. I do have to grab PJs, because if we're just like, they're just gonna fall asleep in the truck, then we can just transfer them straight upstairs. Yeah, I like it. I like it all around. Okay, I feel like it's almost time to refill this iron. Oh no, just like still got a third. All right, this is 16. Yay, 16 bags left to iron. Ding, 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 ding. We might get this done. And then for like Odafest 2, I also have like a whole stack of scrunchies hemmed or seamed into their respective circles. So there's that, which is good. We'll be able to just go through and do a shit ton of them. There is a pile of bookmarks, which I may or may not focus in on before Odafest. We still have over 50 bookmarks right now. This depends on what sells at Dawson right now. Because like small box bags, so I'm not worried about it too much, but whatever. I'm rambling. I don't have anything else to talk about right now, so. Coffee. All right. This is some of the last of this citrus fabric. I think I have a couple triangle pouches in it, but this is like the last medium, what I would consider like a bag. The triangle pouches are good, but they kind of need another containment unit around them depending on how you're using them. Whatever. Standalone bag. I category. Not mini. Notions pouches are mini. And definitely require their next containment unit. Whereas the triangle pouch, if you hooked a wristlet onto it, will like, whatever, you just do with it. Off you go. You can't do that with a Notions pouch. / like coin pouch. So there's that. I did finally figure out a way. Well, I might have talked about this, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I figured out a way where I'm actually really happy about the display of like the bookmarks finally. Nail polish holders. Little like acrylic ones, and they're perfect for the bookmarks. And actually the luggage tags. And I think if I put an insert into the planner pouches, we could probably also put the planner pouches in it. So, excuse me, I'm very pleased with that. I still need to figure out a display solution for the wristlets. Their biggest problem is not that I don't have ways to display them, I guess. It's more that they need to be able to, they need something where they can come off of it easily. So don't really want to put them on like just straight hooks, although honestly that would be better than nothing. I do have a like floor stand spinner rack, so that might be an option. Or like maybe a tabletop one. I think actually the tabletop one would be a better one than anything. I'll get there. I'll figure it out eventually. But because right now what they basically do with them is they just get kind of chucked in the middle of the table, and that doesn't do anything for them. So I'm thinking, yeah, a table spinner would probably be a really good idea. So this, and then the handles, and then the labels, and then yeah, okay, no, we're not gonna fuck around with the small box bags, at least this afternoon. We're gonna go in and we're going to get the interiors for the Kato rolling, because all the pockets need to be top stitched, which does mean that we should probably just top stitch the light guys here, because why not? And then yeah, and then these ones, the darker ones, can wait until we top stitch the Kato. I just realized how much work that leaves though if I wait until then. It's a lot of work. Also, I did check my deck, or my porchy kind of steps. Yeah, I had a jewelry spinner originally, and it was from Michael's. It looked really good, but it was very tilty, and so that wasn't good because... okay, yeah, it's time for a new iron. It's like leaking as it's sitting there getting used, so that's not good. It's like bubbling. Yeah, so it's like I want one of the actual display ones. They just... I think it's like $80 for one of them, and I'm like, oh God, I don't know if I can want to justify that. So that's why I'm like, okay, well, maybe we do the floor spinner, because I've already got the floor spinner, but I don't really have any more floor space, whereas one of the upright, like, desk spinners could be used for the table. It basically could go right where they go normally, just tidier. The other portion of that, though, is that they're all so different that I don't necessarily want to stack a bunch all together. So they need, like, I'm debating that as well. I don't know. Whatever. Probably just suck it up. I've been watching Marketplace for a secondhand one because I'm like, okay, that's probably the better option because A, there isn't a new one being bought, and B, they're usually cheaper. But yeah, it's just like a little spinny stand. And people like spinning things, so, you know, there's that. Actually, what I should do is I've got a magazine rack for what the heck? Why am I getting nasally? I don't know. I have a magazine rack from when I was still selling paper patterns at shows. So what I should do is should sell that on and get the new desk spinner. Basket or fold up. Yeah, I've put them in a basket and people don't like getting them out of the basket. I actually have seen, or I Pinterest. This is what I use Pinterest for, is like show display ideas. One of the ones I really liked was like an angled thing I could do, I guess I could, what I could do is I could just make myself an angled box and make it look pretty. The thing is, again, in what time? Something I should sick Dallas on. Can you make this for me, please? I'm sure he could. It's not going to be for this weekend at this point. But which tells me that that iron needs a warm-up period again. Still technically warm enough. White stitching, dark stitching, white stitching. But, God, that means it's coffee time for me. Yay, coffee. Oh, man. Ooh, okay. That's crunchy. That's no fun. Actually, hilariously enough, Dallas is like, I wonder if there's any runs out in like Victoria when we're out there for vibrations. And I was like, I'll take a look. And there's actually a trail run, so I think he signed up for it. I'm like, yeah, do it. And there's a kids race too, so that's super cool. Yeah, more like, almost like, what I would like is like a cutlery drawer insert, but angled. Does that make sense? I actually have I think it's like a makeup brush holder, which is exactly what I was looking for. It's an angled tray, but it's not long enough on the bottom one. So actually, but the good news with that one is that I actually use it for the brooches. It holds them perfectly. So that's good. This is the problem with adding new products, is like figuring out how to display them to their best advantage. So far, just throwing them on the table has more or less worked. But I think they would be more appealing if I figured out a different way to do it. That's where I'm at with it. Yeah, right? Like, yeah. Pretty straightforward. I think the jewelry spinner is probably the best thing. So I think that's still what we'll eventually get to. But like I said, not going to happen this week. That's fine. Maybe for Odafest, actually, because I think the wristlets will be fairly popular there. Don't know. Should also take the button maker and have the button maker going for the weekend, maybe. Okay. 8 more, 8 more, 8 more, down to 8. Single digits, single digits. It's as good as like running the marathon and you get to 19 or 26 miles. So it's like at the, oh my God, my brain, 17-mile point, and it's like single digits. Actually, the 16-mile point, because honestly, once you turn over like 16.1, you're 9.9 from the end, or I guess 16.3, then you're 9.9 from the end, whatever. Single digits. Line with pegs overhead. Yeah. I've tried also the Scatus. And the problem with that is that it's not tall enough. So that's part of why I'm thinking the spinner as well, is it's a little bit taller. And so it brings them into eye line. Because the thing is that if you're hanging them this way, they need to be eye level so that you're not doing this all the time. Which is the benefit to the like angled box, is that I could lay them out nicely. I have seen little like do something that's not to your strength and do all of this, things just don't happen. Could actually a table decorator. I'm like, we could just hang. I didn't get a good chance to try them out this weekend. I'll try them out in Dawson and then we'll decide from there. I'm like, damn it. They're so brilliant. Because what I'm thinking is that I've got little like hang taggy fold over things for the grime guards now, so that you know, like, okay, so this grime guard is for this size frame and hoop or whatever, and what the fuck they are, because like you look at them and unless you're kind of really in, you can't tell, so that's fine. But my plan is that I would put them on these chip strips, because then they're like, also again, not hanging out in a basket getting overlooked because they're not displayed nicely. But yeah, I think these chip strips might be too stiff. I'll figure it out this weekend, but at least even just adding the tag onto the grime guards, I think will help quite a bit with like differentiation between, like, these are all individual pieces. And I did the same thing for the scrunchies. So the scrunchies are going to get a set. The grime guards are going to get a set. Thank God for Cricut. Although I need to reset my pen, and I'm like, damn it. Because it's like, it wrote most of it, but I think it's dried out. So I want to set it for the Sharpie now. And but I don't have the set point stuff for it right now, so I got to find it. It's somewhere safe, I'm sure. Sure of it. And that's why I don't know where it is. I thought that I had put most of the Cricut stuff up here in the pegboard, which would have made sense, but I don't see it with the Cricut stuff. So that's where it will go to live after I find it. But that tells me it's probably back with like stationery or something like that instead. It's an orange box that I need to. I know exactly what it looks like, but just those are the things that need to be fixed. Yay. Anyway, we also need to throw some ducks on stitch markers. Because people are loving the ducks. We also need to do some axolotls. I need to track down the jars that I have for both of those. Yeah. Those are not hard to do on the road, though. It has been, I bought it for a very specific purpose. I was going to make like little packs of like knitting journal tags, and I've used it for so much more. It's ridiculous. And 100% have not actually even sold or even like started. Okay, I cut a bunch of the journaling tags, but then I didn't do anything with it. Should sell them as gift tags. That's what I should do. But it has been so nice for like doing those appliques and stuff like that. That's where it's been really powerful. And then it's been really nice for this packaging randomly, because I didn't even anticipate that before I started. But like, it does the planner pouch, like belly bands. It does that heat transfer vinyl for the glasses cases. Like, yeah, like stuff I didn't even expect it. I expect for me to use, to the point where I'm actually considering changing out to a Cricut Maker eventually, because it's got a rotary cutter. And apparently the cuts on it are even better than this, which makes sense. But yeah, they're expensive. So again, this is one of those things. I bought it on Facebook Marketplace, secondhand, as cheap as I could find it, basically. And yeah, actually I was like, I don't know if it's paid itself off in some ways, but actually with the amount of like in-house tags now that I can do, it'll pay itself off pretty fast if it hasn't already. So it's got a little bit of a learning curve to figure out what to do or how to do what you want to do with it sometimes. But outside of that, it hasn't been that bad. So 3 more bags. 3 more bags. Dun, dun, dun. Then we gotta do handles and labels. That's right. Don't forget the labels. Don't let me forget the labels. Don't let me forget the labels. The Kato are as or more important than the small box bags. They're definitely more important than the Notions pouches. My hierarchy. Kato, small box, Notions pouch. Can't even see it. Tote bags. Because we did just finish a bunch of tote bags. Large box bag is down by my feet. Oh, I wonder though if I decanted it and put it in one of the shelves. I hope not, because that would be dumb. I don't think I would have done that because I wouldn't have been able to see it. And I know that. Boom, 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 boom. 2 more. Then handles, then Kato. Handles, Kato. Handles, Kato. We might actually get it done. Might actually get it done. That would be insane. Yeah, and then the other thing I need to focus in on that table. So this table back here, you can't see it, it's behind the chair. So I'll focus in on that and tidying up the top of it and getting it set up how it's supposed to be, which is basically, should keep it clear because it's just supposed to be a picking table and actually where the Cricut gets set up for these cuts and stuff like that. Right now it's on the floor. Fail. So we'll get, that's part of what I'll do for tidy up. I think what we'll do for the fabric, if I'm moving walls, is as I pull it out and we use some of it, I'll just put it back on the other wall. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. And then everything just kind of gets shuffled. I think that makes sense though to do that. And then the other little table that's here, I don't know what I'll do with it. It might need to... Actually, maybe I'll put that in the kids' room. It's supposed to be their little, their own sewing desk, but I don't know if it's going to stay there or not, or if it should go in their room. But right now, they are not at a point where I would trust them to have a sewing machine in their room either. So, labels. Thank you. We'll keep it there. No, decant. So, sorry, that's how a lot of people, laundry detergent, especially the liquid stuff, and put it in like another jar. Now it is far more aesthetic than the bottle, but the thing about it is it's like, it's expensive and it's wasteful. Or like decanting your food into all the little plastic bins in your fridge. Anyway, so I call it decanting because that's kind of what they're doing. It's a slip. I would prefer to be decanting whiskey or a wine. That would be good. Wine would be good right now. I did actually, that was what I drank this week because I didn't have any more beer and I'm like, I don't want to go to the liquor store. But I had a couple bottles of wine from Costco. And I was like, oh, there we go. Perfect. Drank it over a couple nights. So it was good. Alrighty. Handles, 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 handles. I'm going to give this a minute to warm up and we're going to actually drink some coffee and count how many labels I have because that'll determine if I need to go in and do any interfacing onto the back of stuff too. I it looks like we've got enough, to be honest, as between this and like what's not trimmed down. Also, by the way, I did finally find trays that fit into the Alex drawers, which is amazing. Should have put a piece of paper towel down there, apparently. So these do get a little bit of char on the edges, and so it's like char flakes. That one needs to be reinterfaced. 1, 2, 4, 7, 9, 10, 12. Oh, we do not have anywhere near enough. 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 32. Okay, and then this one doesn't have any. 32. These ones need to be reinterfaced. 33, 35, as long as it actually sticks. And then 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41 with the trim down. Okay, now the actual determining factor is how many bags do we actually have? I don't want to have to count all of those. Let's do this here. 1, 2. That's not for today, is it? Oh shit, did we choose the Alice bag in here? We did, and I forgot to turn it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 23, 24, 40, 41, 42. And how many labels did I have? Not enough. I think I only need 2 more though, right? As long as those ones re-interface properly. Okay, so let's do like, I don't know. We'll do 10 more, and then I've got a nice buffer as well. Okay, anyway. Handles, handles, handles first. Handles first. Handles, handles. Okay, so that's getting white stitching. We need to turn this one. Avert your eyes. Oh God. It's cotton linen and it sucks. Not in a good way. Oh God. Come on, turn. It's just that like hump right there. Ooh. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Handle. And yep. There's no way to like, there we go. Stabilize it either, because it's a pokey end, so you don't want to like stabilize it against yourself. I don't want to stabilize it against the ironing board. Blah 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 blah. That can actually come out now. That'll make it easier. But it could use a stabilization. Oh, we're not anywhere near being able to just pull it. Damn it. There we go. Come on. I know you got it. I know you can do it. There we go. Okay, so that was one of the things that did suck about like reducing the size of the frickin' handles, is the fact that like the cotton linen got so much harder to turn. They all got like harder to turn on some level, but the cotton linen are of particular like difficulty comparatively. So yay. Always fun. Micro dogs, micro dogs. Ooh, actually, that's a good point. I wonder if we can find a nice wine in Dawson for like post-show bevies. All right, what is the best? I think that is actually the best one right there. Oh yeah, because then we get scowly sunglasses cat. What about you? Ooh. Then you get Sakura cat. It will kind of get sewn a little bit over, but it's cute. And the curly cat. fuck yeah, that looks really good. Ooh, I'm getting hungry. Hungry. Do not want a snack. Did I decide? Yeah, okay, that one's dark. I'm like, did I decide that that was going to get light or dark stitching this time? I'm pretty sure every other time I have dark stitched it, so. Okay, which one of you is going to center better? You. You center better, and I like you looking to the right instead of the left. I don't know why. So what I do basically is I take, so these handles are round, a cylinder right now. And like, so if I fold it like that, you don't get, like if I was just to go in and do all the handles at the halfway point, you end up losing the bunny or whatever the detail is. So part of what I'm doing right now, besides ironing it, is deciding where I want the seam line to fall. So in this case, I want it to fall a little bit off kilter on the back. So not perfectly center, because then we get this bunny on the front. And this bunny's basically in the middle of the handle, and so it just looks nicer, in my opinion. So if you hear me muttering and grumbling about, or at least muttering about like who's going to be centered the best, that's what I'm doing, is I'm just making sure that like you're getting the most bang for your buck out of your handles, rather than like, well, there's a bunny here that we could have seen, instead of like, why is it on the back? Just did the same here, because then this cherry brand is like centered, not centered, but like highlighted on the handle. But that means that the seam is like here, rather than being in the middle. Anyway, details that probably most people don't even pay attention to, but I do. So if you're ever looking at something and you're like, oh, there we go. Now we get lemon squash, cherry brand, and orange fresh fruits on this one, which is super cool. I still love the vintage vibes of these like jar labels. I love the colors of them is the main thing too. And they pop so different on the navy versus the aqua as well. I'll show you in a second here. There. Make sure that seam's pretty well pressed. Okay, so there's the navy. I know, right? I pretend to be a professional at least. And there's the aqua. So this is what I mean about like colorways change a little bit sometimes. Just based on like what pops, based on like, actually they changed the colors a little bit. I don't think they did much of any change on these ones. Oh yeah, like a little, no, I think it's just actually color theory in that they just look different because of the background colors. But anyway, I love these ones. Those are like, yeah, those are definitely some of my favorites from that trip. And that was November of 22. I keep thinking November of 23, but the 23 trip was in May. And it's like, it's not November of 23, it's November of 22. We should keep this straight. As I like, since I was like anxiously awaiting news of it as I was standing at Knit City, and it's like, yes, triumph. As I watched my fabric stash slowly diminish that show season. Yes. Yay, we get two little gray guys on this one. And a little brown cat on their back. Perfect. Love it. Which one did I put this one in? I think it's in light stitching, right? Probably. Maybe. Ooh, I don't know. Oh, no, it's in dark stitching. Okay. Probably should be in light stitching. Oh, but it's got a dark zipper. Okay. That one's already done. Yay. Actually, are there any other done ones in here? Yeah, the Sushi Neko is also done. And Angry Apron Cat over here is done as well. Okay, there's enough sakura on there anyway. Dark stitching. stitching. That or the constellation. Get the constellation and the blue planet and most of the pink planets. So let's do that instead. There we go. Melting cats, melting cats, melting, melting, melting cats. Definitely want to focus on the calico. And the orange boy. There's a crap ton of water on my table, and I'm like, I'm going to clean that up because honestly, I don't want to transfer anything to these lighter fabrics. And there is a possibility of that with this iron right now. Labels, 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 labels. All right. Polar bears sitting around the campfire with Go Go Camping highlighted. Yeah, I like it. Dark stitching. Navy citrus again. Was navy citrus in there? There's a handle here. Did I actually end up choosing navy citrus? I see I know right there's good enough. Okay. Sushineko, Sushineko, Sushineko. Sushineko on. Ooh, super fancy parasols on top, please. Turtles, 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 turtles. I keep getting asked by the kids if I know the story of the tortoise and the hare, and I'm like, yes, I know the story of the tortoise and the hare. I'm like, you would do well to heed the story of the tortoise and the hare some days. Hey, there's birds. We'll put birds in the middle. But the bunnies and the squirrels show up better. Damn it. Or, there we go. Then there's still the birds. There's a little bit of the squirrels, and the floral is basically centered. Okay, white and dark. Strawberries. You're like, Katie, what the fuck are you talking about? I know, sorry, you can't see very well today. But like I said, I was lazy and I didn't want to move the camera. Not today. Fish fabric. That's kind of why I'm announcing each of them. So if that is annoying you, I'm not sorry. Because you will have seen the majority of these fabrics recently, hopefully. Actually, I don't know, because a lot of this sewing did happen off screen, I guess. But, yeah, whatever. Strawberries. Strawberries. Dark stitching. Strawberries. And I decided for the sheep that we're doing white stitching, right? I feel like that was right. felt like it was a little bit of an oddball, but it felt like it was the right decision, right? Yeah, okay, see it there. Sheep, sheep, sheep. And there is a sheep face right in the middle of this one. Yay! Actually, there's 2 sheepy eyeballs and a sheepy face in the middle. Yay! Good. Good choices were made. Light stitching. And then definitely for the citrus, light stitching. Good. It's just good. Yeah. As it is. Not much. Sneaky fruit cats. And then the cats sitting like people. There's a sunglass cat right in the middle of the handle. Fantastic. Look at that. Look at that. Little doofus dude. Camera's like, oh my god. Why are you so close? Get out of my space bubble. Ooh. Can you tell we got preschoolers? Now, if only they would listen to that. You're in my space bubble. Yeah, I know. All right. I'm not going to adhere more interfacing until after we get these all done. Just because that sounds easier. Basically, I guess. And what we're going to do, I should have done this before we actually sewed these together, but by the time I realized that, I was already like committed to clipping them. Sure, we're just going to deal with it today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it in like it's, yeah, like it's going on the one side. Oh my god, it's dark. Okay. Yeah, pop it in like it's going on the one side. Make sure it's as centered as possible. Obviously, I can feel it from this side. We're going to press it. Six seconds. I don't know. Let it cool for a minute. Because obviously waving madly over top of it's going to work. I will probably burn myself doing that, so we are going to chill on it. And then hope. Fuck yeah. Okay, good. Yes! Success. All right. I was actually a little bit worried because it was like none of these pressed when I tried to do them before, but I was facing. Oh shit, did I install that the correct way up? Fuck me. This is why it needs to be done before we sew it together. No, we got it. Okay. Can you imagine? God. Okay. Lay it down on the opposite side. Is it centered? It's centered enough. Let's see if these press or if I need to put more interfacing on them. 3, 4, 5, 6. Phew. Ooh, that stunk. Nope, looks like we're good as long as I put it on a... Stinky. I will say that branding them does not smell as bad as the laser engraving does. It's like, and I get it. You're burning flesh. Of course it's going to smell bad. But yeah, there was just a whole, like, right in my face waft of, like, stench. All right. And these have aired out. They won't smell when you actually have the bag in hand. But my God, right now they do. This one has a very wonky wedge. Oh. Ew. Okay, well, so let's... Well, it lines up when you line it up. So, and that's pretty centered. Okay. Glue, so that if any of these do lift, I'm able to, like, take care of that. I don't, like, honestly, the interfacing should in some ways be even more secure than the glue. And the main thing about why I'm doing it this way now is that it's going to be cleaner in that, and actually cheaper. A little bit more labor cost in some ways, but like honestly, the interfacing is significantly cheaper than the glue for like the amount that I need. So We'll always have glue for backup, but now that I've interfaced and it is successful for the applications we're using it for, I'm done. We're converted. So as long as my brother-in-law can trim them, hell, even if he can't cut them, then I'll go to someone else. Yeah. It's super awesome of him that he is also like willing to do that for me. So, and he's already said that he's ready. Like he's like, yeah, just let me know when you need more. And it's like, excellent, thank you. Because I'm looking at this pile already and being like, I think that's good for this run, but we're gonna need more for Knit City. Oh God, I just gotta give him enough time to actually like process it, especially because I think they're going to be pretty busy with dig season for Dawn this year. So that's my sister-in-law. She just got, so she's just got approved for PhD candidacy in archaeology, Métis archaeology, which is super cool. So yeah, they will be busy getting into dig sites. Although it sounds like most of our dig sites might be around Calgary. No, that's me counting because I'm just using my iron. I do have that little heat press from Cricut as well that could do this, but I think the steam is going to help adhere it quite well as well. Oh, because yeah, the Singer beeps at 10 seconds, but this one does not. Okay. All right, we know we're going to need all of these guys, so let's peel all of them right away, and then we can just continue on. I can shuffle over this way again because we don't need, we're working more in this surface area than this area because we don't need to like round the corners as much. La 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 la. Papers adhered. You need to come. Oh God, how did it go from 2:45 to 3:30? How? Like I know we just got a lot of work done, but seriously, Jesus. I swear the last time I looked at the clock, it was 2:30. I better set myself an alarm today, or else I'm going to be in trouble. As I just continue to peel paper off. Yeah, because the last time I looked at the clock, it was like 2:45, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if YKK has answered me yet, because it's almost 5 o'clock there. Checked, and they hadn't, and that was 45 minutes ago. In the flow zone. It would be beneficial if I could stay here. Well, one's for sure. So tonight, probably not. I'm joking about it. It is hilarious. I would laugh if I end up with, actually, I'll laugh harder if I end up with gold zipper pulls. Because then you know, because here's the thing, I ordered from YKK, but I ordered from the YKK Canada division. So there is no way that our order should have like crossed lines, but stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened. I'm just like, I need my zippers. I need my red zippers too, because I'm like, I actually do have quite a bit of red fabric that we could be using. I just realized that autumnal black cat might look really good with a red zipper, because it's saying like right on top of the ones that are red zippers over here, and I'm like, oh yeah. So that one we probably could do after this. Oh, the black cat patchwork for a zipping grip. Delicious. That would be amazing. Okay. There's all those. No coffee there. Good. More coffee here. God, it looks like we actually need to trim our grass already. Trim the grass. Trim, 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 trim. Alrighty. That is right side up. Get in there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, and I don't actually know if it's supposed to be 6 seconds for the interfacing or not. But it's working. I'm going to say it's working. Because yeah, when you reach in, it's like, it's fully adhered. And here's the other part of this is that, like, realistically, if I see that it's coming apart when we go into sew the interior into it, then I can always fix it then as well. We just can't really fix it after it's been, like, by the time it's been turned. That's too late, sort of thing. Right side up. Flip it. Don't spin it, flip it. Interfacing up. Letters facing me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm moving it to a flat, cool space on the cutting table. I don't know why I keep putting the little snippers down there, because realistically I need them up here. This is like the one kink in this plan is that these have to be labeled now. Whereas before, I could just sew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and like glue on the go. So that is the one thing that I'm like, ah, damn it. Although realistically, if I do ever run out of time, like I'm going to leave some of the labels uninterfaced, because then we could still glue them on. I'm always going to, like I said, again, I'm always going to carry glue anyway, so, but this is still a cleaner looking label, so far, at least. All right, flip, interfacing up, letters towards me, right? Yes. It's a flip, not a spin. So I'm trying to keep track of it. Okay, there we go. I did let the preschool know that the kids won't be there on Monday. They've got them marked down as being absent. So that'll be good. Because we're driving back from Dawson that day. 4, 5, 6. A little bit extra. There we go. Ah, sweet, sweet scent of mothballs. Oh, this one needs to be pretty centered. Sweet. Okay. Center it on the one it's gonna be hanging out on. Doom, 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 doom. Yep, that looks good. Does not feel straight, so let's straighten it. Yeah, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of this is, as much as I don't suggest machine washing these, if it does accidentally stray into there, you should be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Also the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The holy fuck, my brain. Apparently I should finish that cup of coffee. I'll finish this thought and then I'll finish that cup of coffee. Anyway, the labels look way better on the mini traveler things, and one of the benefits to them is because they're smaller, they can go on the front of the branding iron. I think it is a much better move overall to be doing it this way. So, and with this like logo design. Grounds. Gross. How is it that I had like a chipmunk cheeks amount of coffee, and somehow the ground still found a way to make it gross? What the hell? Am I eyeballing this? 100%. Actually, that's pretty much as close as I can get to center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Something smells, and it's not the leather. Actually, I don't know what it is. Actually, I think it's the interfacing. Ooh. Okay, good. Good, we're on the inside of the selvage line on both of those. Excellent. So this is like a really good neutral leather for this as well. Wildly enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Zoop, zoop. I know, I do leave it a little bit extra on there. Just 'cause. Insurance. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Zip, zip. Blood, but it definitely scraped. Interesting. Yay, boo. Do I want to go, like, so the stroller's 30 pounds, and they're both like 40 plus pounds right now. So we're over 100 pounds extra. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So maybe I run on a treadmill. Could I go outside and run right now? Yes. Am I going to? No. That's what the treadmill's for. We could do that, and then I could, like, I think I'm like wiping char off on my pants. Oh well. We'll wash these later. Yeah, that's not sounded very well. Yeah. Treadmill, outdoor. I should go for an outdoor run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The other portion of that is that, and then it would be just like a different scenery as well, because I would still go into Calgary for it, and then they would have the playground right there to play in afterwards. So what did I say, 4.5 miles? So it's like 7K. 4.5 means that it's like 2.25 out, 2.25 back. So that's like, if I started in Shoaldice, which is one park out from where we typically start, and has the better playground, that's an extra like mile. 2, 3, 5, 6. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Because typically I start in like Edworthy when I'm running these runs, but if I start in Shoaldice, we could go back to Shoaldice and it'd be the better park. And is it? Yeah. And just as easy to get to the airport from it too, so. really long runs, and I'm like, oh, it'll be fine. It should be open by now because his information was a couple weeks old. But no, because they've literally pulled the whole pathway up. So you had to divert through these there's an athletic park there, so it's like a quieter side road, but you do have to divert onto a side road. But it does add an extra 2K round trip, which would be perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, I don't know. Or maybe we'll go to Edworthy and then I can run downtown. They would probably adore that because they won't have ever been that far with me. 1.5 miles or about... I know. My program's American, so I run in miles a lot. Mostly because I'm also used to it, and I know my pacing in it because of the Galloway program. 4, 5, 6. And could I change it to kilometers? Yes, but that was it's also the factor of changing up the pacing for when you're on the treadmill and stuff like that, because all the treadmills are defaulted to. There's a sitting cat here, so I'm going to center the label under them. Anyway, all the treadmills are defaulted to. What am I doing? Gotta do it from the side anyway then. Fuck me. God, Katie, losing the train of thought here. Completely getting derailed. Anyway, I know my pacing in miles better than I know my pacing in kilometers, which is really ridiculous because I should be training in kilometers. But I'm not. All good. Yeah, there is that factor too, is it's it should actually be pretty busy. I'm not worried about that portion of it. I can do my... We're nearly there. Well, we're not nearly done the Kato, but we're nearly done what I have interfaced. So I'll be back. Alright, we're back. I did unplug the iron just in case the cats suddenly decided that they wanted to be like maniacs. It does have an auto off, but I don't need to melt my chair mats or my carpet or anything like that. So yeah, we just avoided it by unplugging it. So actually I think it's already heated up, which is good. Still no parcel. Look at it show up on like Friday. I bet you, just given Murphy's Law and all of that, it will show up on Friday. It's fine, we've obviously survived, but like I said, my God. Bum 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 ba dum ba dum dun 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 lollipop lollipop doo 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 doo. Sweets are on my brain, sweets are on my brain, brain 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 brain. So Dallas isn't home until 9. Means I need to leave here. I don't need to leave here until like, oh yeah, I'm gonna run on the treadmill because I don't need to leave here until 8:15 at the like earliest. That means that I can go pick the kids up at their normal time. We come home, we have dinner, we go for a run. The run's an hour, so like get on the treadmill at say 6:15, even 6:30, probably 6:30, maybe 7:30. So that still gives us like 45 minutes. So then what we could do is still go to the park, just local park instead. And I could still take workout to it. Go play. Come home, get them in their PJs, and head in. Yeah, that's probably the best option right there. Doesn't really give me like more sewing time per se, but like that's not what I'm looking for really. Well, the gained sewing time is in the fact that I don't have to like leave early to go pick them up beforehand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and then go, so try not to be up ridiculous. Actually, I sleep better when Dallas is home. Surprise! Work until what, like midnight, 12:30? Get up, do my run tomorrow, and then get my ass downstairs. Especially because I will be a little bit more disrupted tomorrow because eldest will be home. Youngest has a hearing test just to make sure that, like, because they do have a speech delay, just to make sure that they don't have, like, anything, like, hearing related that might be impeding the speech. There we go. That's where I was going. I'm like, there's a word for it that fits here, but it was not coming. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Doo, doo. Ah, that's where the tune's coming from. Lollipop, lollipop, do 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 do. I don't know if I've even actually ever heard that song. Just that like chorus-y bit. Brains, 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 brains. That's looking good. That did not feel straight. It's straight enough. Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Squish the interfacing into the fabric. Squish, 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 melting. Ooh, that was a good one. Oh, fuck yeah. There's like a judgy cat right here. Again, so we'll put it right under the judgy cat. Judging the label, because hi, cute. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When there's like just a tail right here, which is super cool. Super fun. You can see it. And then the label's right under that cat right in the middle there. Yes, exactly right. Perfect. Actually, this one's going to turn out pretty good too because there's a standy cat right here too. Oh, so good. Love that fabric. That's that like single line drawing cats, it looks like. And then they've got the little like yellow blushing feet, which like normally you should be worried about, but it's cute. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Zip, zip. Oh, we are going to be extremely close for how many labels we have. Shoot. Kind of sucks. Like all your buffering? Weird. That is weird. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Zip, zip. Ugh, they stink though. Like, always finding something to complain about. La 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 la. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, man, we might. I wonder if we do have enough labels. It would be extremely annoying if we're short one. I would actually be kind of pissy. Not that I could have known that, but, you know. It'd be annoying for sure. Down. Scoot to the left. Stuck in the middle with you. Nope, too far. Fair enough. It's 8 there. Oh, it is. Jesus. It's 4 o'clock here. Time. What is time today for me right now? Good Lord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess that's what happens when you count your day down in like seconds. but then the in-between bits are what actually get you. All right, so these guys are actually really easy. Actually, how many do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. I only need 2 more. Adding those OB bags fucked me up. Okay, that's easy enough to fix at least. Hello, you get a side of my face here. 1 second. Okay, let's actually set up a whole row of these. Yeah, because then it's not like we're not going to need more. Now my issue is that this is tough because it's like you can't press them from the front. So I think actually we'll just do maybe we'll just do a strip. Here's the thing, if I'm doing 2, there's no point in not bonding a crap ton of them. So yeah, let's just do a strip here. Okay, and then I know what I'm going to do. So we're going to lay them out. This is what we're going to do. Pop this here and lay them face down. That's what we'll do. And they don't really need any room in between them, so we'll just like extremely little room between them, just enough to be able to trim the interfacing in between, which realistically we could go into that with an X-Acto knife too. So as long as they're aligned side to side, nobody gives a fuck. I'm like putting it so that the text is facing this way, and it's like, that doesn't matter. Not right now. It just needs to be lined up with the thingamabobber. The thingamabobber being the interfacing. La 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 la. Actually, and we can turn the steam off for this because it's got paper in between. Steam doesn't matter. And I actually never really worry about how well this is like adhered at this point because we're sticking it back underneath, right? So it really doesn't matter. I don't know why I have that song stuck in my head. It must just be the count, like being like, here you go, here is a convenient song. I guess, I don't know. Yeah, and then what we'll do, so then this strip will be ready for later, and we'll just trim out the 2 that we need along with the rest of them that are down there. Yeah, okay, we can get 1 more, right? Because then, and then there we go, that works the best. Sweet. Oh, they're definitely expanded as we went, but that's okay. Okay. Then there's a stack of them for later. Boop. And then we go in and we go swoopy, swoopy, swoop. These are this definitely is not going to take as long as even the Cricut. Done. You can see it press onto these because it's like, there we go, all done. And then, like I said, I'm not worried if it's like perfect right now because we're going to press it to the bag again. And that's when like the rest of it can get melted into the leather and everything like that. There we go. And then there's a nice little strippy strip of the stuff. What, trim the rest or do the rest of the labels? I'm not doing the rest of the labels, Wendy. Shh. They're going to go in there and they're going to behave themselves by staying in the drawer until we're ready for them. Plus I wanted to leave some that didn't have interfacing on them anyway, for like backups in case I glue, because there's no point in having interfacing on them if they're just going to get glued. I'll do the rest of them later. This is what we need for now. What I should do is almost get like an acrylic template. Ooh, we could actually, not even an acrylic template. I could just do a template from poster board. and we just lay them out on the poster board. That would actually work quite well. And then I just cut strips down as we need them, sort of thing. La 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 la. I got it. Shh. It was literally saying on the desk there. I don't want to have to. Ugh. No. And if I sound like a petulant toddler, that's because I am right now. No. I don't want to. Here's the thing. I don't want to take the time to like lay them out right now. That's where I'm at. Actually, how many? What I should do. How many are in the strip? I think there should be about 20 because they're an inch high-ish. 18, 19. Yeah, so 20 go into then. And then, so then we'll just line up 20 and just keep going later. But yeah, I don't want to take the time to like lay them out. That's what because I'm not going to just scatter them onto the interfacing. Anyway, but no, the interfacing is literally right there because I just did a batch of them. And this is like, we just needed the little boost that didn't happen with the first batch. I am super curious if I could just interface the leather before I give it to my brother-in-law. Like if it would mess up the interfacing at all. I think it might on the edges, but I don't know. Probably. I don't think we'll do that. We'll do it afterwards. Okay. Like, what is flickering on my glasses? But it's the next door neighbor's like greenhouse. Plastic flapping in the wind. That will, however, be the first. So that'll be the first task we do when I get back. Yeah, exactly. It might like adhere it incorrectly and it'd be hard to like peel the paper, right? So anyway, but yeah, when I come downstairs next week to work, we'll interface all the rest of them. That's what we'll do. And then we'll be good to go for at least the rest of the kato that are here. The nice thing about this is I also don't have to worry about the like glue drying out on me before I like get it placed on the bag. I don't have to worry about the bottle of glue drying, right? Like there's all of that too. I know it might be easier because it would get cut with the label. This isn't that bad though. So like I said, this is where it's like, okay, there are additional labor costs, but I do think that the ease of application and the cleanliness of application outweigh a small bit of extra labor. Two, 4, 6, 8. Okay, why is there? I must have just missed putting one back in the drawer. Yeah, definitely placing them that close together on that sheet will also make it easier because then you don't have to trim down like the edges. You just got to trim down the round, which is probably the hardest part of trimming them down. But it does save materials and time in some ways. Okay, there they are, trimmed down. All that goes in the garbage. We'll peel all of these. I need those. Don't keep putting them back on the desk, Katie. And actually, we needed a little bit more trim down on a couple of these. The nice thing with the paper being on like white is I can see what needs to be trimmed down too, which is good. Come on, there we go. All right, 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on. 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Done. Snips, tags, iron, steam. Do you know what? Fuck it. Let's snip all these down again. Make sure that this iron is actually on. Wake up, iron. Wake up. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 4. No, come on. Thank you. 5. Oh, we were supposed to be sorting these piles. Damn it. 6. We're supposed to be sorting it into cats and dogs and like other stuff. 7, 8. Okay, so there's all of them snipped. So now they can go on the desk. So I stop doing that. Rumpfa grump. Okay. Letters towards me. Letters towards me. Letters towards me. Letters towards me. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Zip, zip. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Zip, zip. No, I do not want this song stuck in my head. I don't even think I have the full chorus. Just that lollipop portion. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Zip, zip. Zip, zip. Ah, traitorous brain traitor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Choop, choop. I think this is actually, even with the extra labor to create the labels, I think it's still faster than doing the glue, to be honest. Definitely less messy. And I appreciate not having like glue on my hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, yes, there's a little bit of scent from the interfacing, but it's not like potentially absorbing like glue crap into my hands. Because there's no way to keep it off your hands when you're gluing stuff. And I'm not wearing gloves to do it because that impedes, like in this situation, impedes the ability to do it. Good. Yeah, we're good. Okay, sweet. And there's no drying time. Yeah, there's no set time either. So like if I finish this tonight, it could go out on like, well, if it finished now, it could go out right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I trust the interfacing more than I even trust the Beacon 3-in-1, to be honest. Just the way it is, right? So I think the glue holds, but I know the interfacing holds. That's part of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, but there's no way we could have done this now instead of after it's sewn because, yeah, the glue, like we would have disrupted the glue time. Now we can just go straight into doing whatever the fuck we wanted with the exteriors at least. Once it cooled down. I think this is important. It still needs to go aside and cool down a little bit before it gets really manipulated. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're done. Yes. Okay, so good portion of work done today so far. What time is it? 20 after 4. Okay, so I need to head out. Don't need to head out until... So one thing I don't like about this setup is where to put the iron right now. Well, it's still hot, so it's on the desk for now. I just have to remember to pick it up because it will leak, and I do not want to damage that desk. Okay. Ironing board back to its home. Over here. La 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 la. Ooh, that is falling off. Oh, lovely. What the hell? It's supposed to be designed for this. Okay. Alrighty. Well, that means it's time to find a new storage spot for the iron. Yay! At least the ironing board can go like right here against this shelf. I guess. I guess if it has to. God, that's annoying. Basically, the hook of it was like bending and nearly coming off the door. So, alrighty. Keep moving the zippers for the tote bags. I know this is one of them. That's why I'm like, what is going on? Okay, let's split the pile. Yeah, we got to sort the pile to figure out what we need for pockets. This is going to be dark stitching. Dark stitching. I'm going to pop these down right here. Oh, there's the tote bag handles under the small box bags. Excellent. Okay. Small box bags are going to go up on the cutting table because then they're out of the way. But I know where they are. Small box bags are on the cutting table. So if I freak out later, they are on the cutting table. I won't freak out later. That's pretty... Wow, never mind. I'll shut up. Probably will. Panic at the Disco style. Okay. Tote bag zippers are in the bin in the back. There's a little box of like other zippers and various sundry things. The pile has definitely escaped the confines of its laundry basket. That's okay. Pretty sure it's also sentient at this point. Okay, but I am not rolling over a bunch of crap under my chair either, so that's good. I will take that actually over everything else even. Okay, in this case, actually, I'm gonna pop the, I just realized I can pop the iron down on the floor there and it's less likely to also get knocked over while it's hot. I'm going to set an alarm so that I don't forget, and we are also going to turn the camera. Whee! You can see all the glorious disaster behind me. So we're going to focus back in on the gorgeousness that's going to be on the sewing desk soon instead. Oh, there we go. That's what I want. Ha-ha! Success. Set myself an alarm. For what? I think 4:55. So like another hour or half hour. Not another hour. I would be late. Okay. What we need to do is we need to sort out. So this is a paw pile. And this is not paws. And then we'll count how much we need to do for pockets. And then we can top stitch pockets. And we probably can do that before I head. I don't know. We'll try. That's where I'm at. Okay. This is what I was supposed to be doing while I was like dividing these up, but that's okay. Everything is fine. No panic here. Cue the panic. No, not yet. Where is it? We're doing fine. We still have 2 more days after this too, which is like a lot of time. Although we do have to pack the truck on Friday, I guess. So there is that portion of it, but it'll be fine. These are all still very warm because they've all been like sat together. Doom, doom. All right, what else do we have here? Let's actually pull the pile up because that will be a little bit easier now. Wouldn't have been when we started because high, heavy, cats, owls. Nope, opposite way. Cats, cats, parasols, cats, cats, cats. Obi, which are in a category of their own. Cats, chocolate. Cats. 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 Chocolate. Okay, so these guys already have their linings done. They are pretty spectacular. That's them. They've got that like cool speckled obi. They are done. So these just need to be wedged. And we need some black leather for them. So how many are there of you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No paw. 13 no paw print bags, 26 pockets, which means we also need to get the lining pieces lined up so that we can actually install pockets into the lining pieces. There are far more. Well, actually, no, I think that's a pretty even split then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Ooh, that one's really far in. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Yeah, there can't be a much more even split than that. Okay, so 26 paw print ones. Wait, no, that's what? 26 paw print. No, that's. Oh, I hit. Okay, so 23 no paw print, which means 46 pockets. That's a big difference. 26 paw print. I accidentally pressed the one button for some reason, which means we need 52 pockets. Holy fucking hell, that's a lot of pockets. Pockets, pockets, pockets for days and days. Okay, this will be the pinch point. This will be what decides what we get done or don't get done. 1, 2. Okay. Get out of here. I need everything underneath you. Thank you. And then what are you? Just a piece of interfaced fabric. Cool. Okay. I don't necessarily want all of the navy paw print fabrics, but whatever. 3, 4. Actually, no, I don't. Because do you know what? If I snag these other ones, they've already been turned. So all the aqua ones, if I snag those, they've already been turned, and all we have to do is top stitching. So let's do that. Wahaha! There we go. All right. Paw prints, 52. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Ugh. Oh, good Lord. 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. So there's half. 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 38, 41, 42, 44, 46, 48, 52. Done. Okay. And then you are not a strap, but you are a good mini traveler sling shit. I say that lovingly. Okay, 46. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 42, 4, 6. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, now there is a bunch of like lining in here, so we're just also going to snag those because why not? We need to wedge these too. So we need 49 linings. So these all need to be cut in half down the middle here, and then they need to be wedged as well. Yeah, that's the height. That is more than the correct width, and that is fine. I would prefer that to be it being too small. I definitely have some. These were definitely tagged with the bags that they were supposed to go with. Obviously not anymore. I'm gonna throw them in that tray though, because that's honestly the best way to put it. Oh yeah, because here's some like shit. Oh well, whatever. We can always use them for other ones. 1, 2, 3. It's just that there's like some bronze and stuff like that in here, so it's fine. Oh, there's quite a bit. Ooh, good Lord. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Is that all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15, 15, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. Oh, there's pink with iridescent. 20, 20, 20, 20, 21, 22, 23. Halfway, halfway, halfway. Well, almost, not quite. 23, 23, Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. 23. 23. Where's the rest? Right here, I think, actually. I think this is a good chunk of them here. Oh, yeah, it totally is. Ugh. Get over here. Right? 23. 23. Oh, that's because that... 23. 23. 23. Yeah, okay. They're too wide, but again, I would prefer that than too small. 23. 23. That was 24. Okay, yeah. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 49. Well, these have all just been coming up aces that way. All right, and then these can all go in the bin. All the webbing that I pulled off of everything can just go in the bin here for the next round, because like I said, it's not like we can't use it for later. Okay. I don't know why I use both hands to push my glasses up, but all right. Katie, what are you doing? Okay. Don't need this toque anymore. So, well, my hands are still cold, but I'm not like full body cold anymore, so we're gonna take it. All right. May as well start, I guess, with the blue. Doesn't matter. So all we're doing right now is we're going to go in and top stitch the top. So we're at a top stitch length. I'm going to just flatten it out here. And we get to go zoom, zoom. This is the fun part. Oh, if I turn my machine on, then we can go zoom, zoom. All right, let's go zoom, zoom. Or moderate zoom, zoom at least. You know, controlled zoomies, not uninhibited zoomies, I guess. I don't know. The kids actually helped turn these, which is super cute, because it was like, they're always like, I want to help you with sewing. And I'm like, well, you can't really help with the actual sewing part. But like, there's other stuff you can help with, like turning pockets. They actually did a really good job. I was very proud of them. So, super cute. And then why I was like, we have neurotic about making sure that we got all the linings. We need to go in and clip all the linings in half and wedge them so that we can put the pockets in the right place. Yay! Actually, I guess what I could do is I could make a like, I could make another ruler mark where it's just like, all right, this is where the pockets get placed, because, and then I don't have to wedge right away. Although we still have to wedge anyway, so there's not really that big a deal. So again, we're just making sure that these, like, I don't typically put the seam line right at the base because we have to still stitch it into the bag. So typically I do try and keep it out of the seam allowance just because I'm happier, the machine's happier, there's less bulk. Blah, 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 blah. All that jazz. And it makes for a smoother sewing in experience as well for the pockets. So, for everyone. Man, this has actually been a fairly, I was like, wait, we haven't, like, beyond cat problems a little bit, I haven't even had like a good grumble session because everything's been going good. Oh no, the horror of that. and sarcasm. I'll take this. I'll take this any day. It may be less entertaining in some ways, but oh well. Right? Seriously, I need to find more jobs for kids. The problem is, like, again, yeah, the safe jobs. What are the safe jobs for the kids? So the youngest has come up and has helped clip threads with a very stern talking to about the needle and keeping their fingers out of it, which they've done good so far. It's like when I tell you to clip, you're going to clip right here with like these little snips, which they do pretty good. But yeah, they really enjoyed doing the pockets. I'm like, okay, I can get behind this. Maybe I should sick them on actually turning the... That's true. I did grumble during the cutting session, and we definitely had an amazing grumble session during the minis. Even for it going smooth. Stop. But it'll probably be a mutter grumble session about like having to pick fabrics and tidying up. I don't know. I don't think I will stream the tidying up. Because it's like, I could with the wireless mic now. Maybe I will. Why not? I don't know. I'll figure it out. It'll depend on how, like, when I'm doing it, I guess. So, but yeah, I think tidying up the studio next week will be a good use of time. And some chill time with Dallas. Downtime. Like, just doing nothing. I want to watch some anime. And that'll also help with, like, as much as I need to do a push for OdaFest, that'll actually help with the push for OdaFest. So, oh yeah, interfacing. That's right. That was a lot of interfacing. The empty roll is still on the rack because I haven't even taken the time to take the empty roll down and, like, restock it. I do have more interfacing. I got 2 rolls, so... we're good to go there. I think the only thing we might be getting close to is I'm going to probably need to restock on D-rings, and I might need to I definitely need to restock on the iridescent D-rings, and we might need to restock on the snap hooks, but they're looking pretty good. Yeah, honestly, I think the majority of this has been like, it's been really smooth, and in some ways that has made it more boring. There's been nothing of real note. Besides maybe the cutting, because it was just so much. Okay, we got like 14 minutes. Let's see how much I can get done in 14 minutes. I guess we'll find out. So what I'll do when I get back tonight is we will work on top stitching. We're stitching these into the kato, I think. Oh, that's the wrong way. Seam allowance doesn't go to the top, it goes to the bottom. I guess it really doesn't matter, but I do prefer the seam allowance towards the bottom. What, cutting the, instead of top stitching? I could do that, but I'm top stitching. I don't want to be cutting, I want to be sewing. No, yeah, when I get back, we'll do the cutting and the wedging of the interiors, and then we'll go in and we'll do the sewing of the interiors. And that'll probably be everything for tonight. We are going to maybe eke this out right now. Maybe we have a chance. Also, I might just pack up I'm going to take the notions pouches with me, especially if we're going locally for a park, and I'm going to chill and trim everything down there and turn it, hopefully. And maybe I'll take some of the interior pieces too, because there'll still probably be some waiting around for Dallas tonight. I don't know if I'll time that correctly or not. I guess I do have his flight number though, so but we could just plan to be there a bit early so that I've got a little bit extra time there too. Where the children are also contained. Can definitely tell which ones I turned and which ones the kids. Well, I guess not definitely, but there's hints of which ones I turn, because most of the time I try and get the seam where I the things you're sewing, so you already cut them. Sorry. I'm like, I think I'm actually checked out right now. It's like I'm not disassociating, but I am just, I don't know. I don't even know where I am right now. Like, mentally. It's just like, one piece after the other, please. Please just go smooth. Smooth, smooth, smooth. So, so, so. La, la, la. Lollipop, lollipop. Oh, I need a break. Okay. I am having Ichiban for dinner tonight, and I am excited. Is it instant ramen? Yes. Is it delicious? Kind of. Is it amazing run food? Yes. And that is why I'm eating it. So. Wine. Yes, I could use a wine too. Wine and wine. Wine without an H and a wine with an H. Although there's nothing to whine about yet. Yeah, well, you've been up since what, like 2:30, man. Of course you're gonna be tired. I barely glanced at that one. It'll be fine. We're not taking out top stitching. It'll be fine. Anyway, Notions pouches will come with me to the park. And actually probably the interiors for the kato, because those are easy enough to cut in half while I'm at the park. Notions pouches are easy enough to trim down the zippers and like turn at the park. What are we, like, what's the trajectory for my time right now? So if it's an hour-long run, under an hour, 6:30, 7:30, go to the park for, I'll just take the Notions pouches, because it's like, yeah, I'll just take the Notions pouches because we'll probably only be there for about half an hour. Ish. Or I take a half-hour break. Yes, that's what I do. Go to the park with the kids, take a half-hour break, come back, go into the city. Take the Notions pouches with me to the city. Work on them there. And then when I get back tonight, we'll work on the interiors for the kato. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. We're good. We're good. Ah. Apparently the inner goat is now coming out. Excellent. This is so many pockets. Oh, we ran out of bobbin thread. Damn bobbins. And apparently I didn't even trim the bobbin thread as I intended. Oh, no. That's not fun. I don't like nightmares. I'm wondering actually if that's a little bit of what's happening with the eldest, of why they're waking up so early. I'm wondering if they're having bad dreams or something like that. I tried to ask, but they can't really tell me. So I don't know. I actually used to have worse nightmares as a kid than I do right now. Thank goodness. Although when I do get them, it's like wild. I will not share them because they are not pleasant, but it usually involves sleep paralysis. So that's always fun. Yay. Wake up from a fucking nightmare and you're like sleep paralyzed. It's like, nope. I no, don't want that. Thank you very much. I haven't had any recently, so I wonder if it's like been rewired with the kids or something like that. Or if I just don't get that deep of sleep anymore, which is also a complete possibility. Ooh. Belly's like, it's dinner time. I'm like, yeah, I agree. Ichiban. Ichiban. So also, by the way, if you didn't know this little factoid, Sapporo Ichiban, it says that it's the number one, right? Ichiban is actually number one in Japanese. And so it's like they're saying that they're the number one noodle of Sapporo, which is where it's manufactured in Japan. Sapporo Ichiban. But yeah, they even like have it's like, so one, and then, so the, on the box, at least when you buy them here, or like on the packaging, the line is the one, and then the second kanji is ban, which is number, so number one. Well, and the other note of this, Wendy, is thank you for joining me. I hope that brings some comfort and that you get a nap. Maybe you'll get a nap while I'm away, and if not, I will be back for company later. So it's looking like, so if I'm picking Dallas up at 9, that means that I should be back and downstairs around 10 again. So like 5 hours from now, just over 5 hours from now. And yeah, I'll be on until about 12:30, just to like, yeah, get as much of this done as we can. I really don't want to run right now. Always finessing seams so we can be lazy later. Later. Oh, it's a good thing I did not try to go into singing. Alright, there is all the blue pockets done, which is nice. We got what, like 4 more minutes, so we'll just keep going till we're done, till it's time to go. But 4 more minutes. At least we're like, so that's almost halfway through the pocket, so that's nice. It's good. It's good. And then, yeah. These ones we do have to be a bit pickier because the paw prints are directional, actually. I did not realize that when I was buying it. I thought they were all kind of in a ditzy pattern, like the navy on like off-white that we had last year. But no, these guys are directional. It's like, really? Why would you have a directional paw print fabric? Makes no sense. No sense at all. It kind of does, but you know. I gotta have something to grumble about. Everything else is going too smooth. And if I grumble about something inconsequential, maybe that means that it will continue to be smooth. I do have thread all over me though, which is a little bit annoying. Threads everywhere. Not surprising, but still. All right, I feel like that's probably about halfway. No, that's boom, 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 boom. Dun, dun, dun. Even it out so the pockets are nice. Doom, 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 doom. Okay. Pretty sure the pattern says to press these before you top stitch them. No. Breaking patterns all the time. Not following instructions. Good enough, good enough, doom, 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 good enough. One more minute, let's see what we can get done. Doom, 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 doom. I will probably jump as soon as this goes. Yep. Okay, not quite, because I was looking down at it when it started. 3 pockets in a minute. Cool. Alrighty. That is that for now. We'll come back and we'll finish those later. And then, yeah, the whole plan that will cascade through for the rest of it. I think we can do it. Surprisingly, I am actually fairly confident that we can get it done. What do you mean I can't hoard the chaos? 100%. I'm the chaos queen right now. Come on. Anyway, Wendy and everyone else joining, I will be back at 10 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, which is about 5 hours from now. Or even hopefully a little bit earlier, but probably not. And we'll continue pockets, linings, and all the other shit. Have a good few hours, and I'll chat with you all soon. Bye. All right, I don't have the face cam on. Here. There we go. Bye.